Durag Wisdom, folks, and welcome to Y2K 17.11.27. I want to first start with a disclaimer. This is going to be another somewhat related to Kathy Griffin again. The title of this piece today for you, this broadcast, is 10 Fake Plaster Heads out of 10 for Creepident Trump. You know, I'm very upset by what happened to this woman, and in another moment I'll talk about that. But once again, for my subscribers, I have other plans, other topics. Right now I'm on this, and I'll try to keep it going as much as I can for as long as this traitor is in charge of our country. I refer to Trump as Creepident. That's spelled Creepident. And I refuse to call this creep president, but I want to give him a title. So I made up a word, Creepident. All right? And I also use the term white list instead of black list. And I do this because I am sick of the dictionary putting down the word black. Sick and tired of that. You see, I mean, I like to wear black. See, I mean, black is beautiful, motherfuckers. Alright, so we have 10 fake plaster heads out of 10 for Creepident Trump. And when I used that word before, I wasn't referring to my wonderful subscribers. It's those Trumpin' creeps out there. And here's the quote for today. So go and get your effing shine box. And that's Billy Batts, a good fella. So we are not allowed to create protest art against Creepident Trump. Anyone who does gets whitelisted, as if this creep deserves the same kind of respect that we gave to President Obama. No way. Kathy Griffin made a classic bit of protest art in this era of U.S. Cold Civil War. A plaster fake head covered in red paint that resembles Trump Putin clown. Adorned with a blonde wig that Kathy Griffin holds up by its hair. For some odd reason, this artist, entertainer, has since been shunned. And personally, Creepident Trump deserves to be presented with 10, not 1 fake plastic head likenesses covered in red paint. You scumbag, traitor. Recently I discovered that Kathy Griffin created a YouTube page. I subscribed to stand with her. Her bit of protest art was in the tradition of the great late Lenny Bruce. I have the original clipping of her, the head and the, hung up on my kitchen bulletin board. I also made sure to have a more permanent copy of this classic by photographing it. I put it on my table and I photographed it. It took great courage for Miss Griffin to stand up. I know that when the Trump goon and his GOP are flushed from our lives, I know this, that she, among others, will be remembered for being on the right side of our history. And if Trump manages to survive, there will no longer be a United States history to study, because there will no longer be a United States of America. I've said this many, many times before. The Roman Empire lasted 500 years. That's 500, you Trump clowns, if you are listening to this. And the United States Empire has only been around for 240 years plus. This nation is not inviolate. It can be destroyed faster than it was built. Okay? There's plenty of room for other countries on this planet. In the 4 billion years it has left to live, plenty of room for other countries and other species too. Kathy Griffin is being whitelisted. And those who are whitelisting her are worse scum than the creep in our awful, that's O-F-F-A-L, office. These enabling creeps from both the right and the left, okay, don't understand. Okay, they just don't understand. The Creepident Trump got elected despite his disgusting behavior. He called Mexicans thieves and rapists. Okay, he advocated violence at his campaign events, where I actually saw people violently attacked. Black people, you motherfuckers. He insulted Gold Star families. He insulted John McCain. I have a lot of respect for John McCain, even though I don't like his politics. He bragged that he can grab female genitals, and bragged at being able to leer at women getting dressed and undressed in locker rooms during his beauty pageants. That's a creep, folks. That's a freaking creep. The creep was flushed into our lives despite this behavior. Despite it. And I remember how he treated the press when he first announced his campaign. He had them all in a pen. Creepident Trump, while he's been in charge of our federal government, has attempted with racist intent to ban people from our country. Okay? He has thrown our lives into chaos through tweet diarrhea. He has supported white supremacist murder and their cause in general. I mean, a woman was murdered by one of these creeps in Charlottesville last summer. This creep has made a mockery of our Constitution. This slimeball has never revealed his taxes. He has sexually assaulted at least 15 women. Creepident Trump would rather have an accused child molester in our Senate than a Democrat. Can you believe that? I mean, this guy is going to undermine every step of our government if we let him. The creep fired the FBI director, Comey, because he refused to give up on the Russian ties to Mike Flynn. He wants to eliminate the ACA, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. They're working on that right now with his creep Michael Mulvaney craphead. The EPA he wants to eliminate, the USDA, the Veterans Administration. He and his GOP traitors want to poison our air, our lives, and our planet. Calling Aaron Brockovich, we're going to need you. More innocent children are going to be poisoned by the non-regulation of these greedy, creepy Koch brother businesses. Creepident Trump does all this blatantly because he believes he can get away with it. So when someone mounts a protest against Creepident Trump, like Miss Griffin did, that goes beyond the same kinds of norms that he has violated, why is she condemned and whitelisted and not him? And not him! If this society can allow a thug, a creep, a racist turd to be president of our country, then our society must countenance the equal appropriate reaction against it. You understand? No double standards here. I give 10 out of 10 fake plastic red painted heads to Creepident Trump. 4. I give him 10 out of 10 decapitated fake heads. 10 out of 10 for his fascism, for his prevarication. This is all for this Creepident Trump. For his drive to destroy the legacy of President Obama, especially because this creep is a racist turd and hates people of color. For his goal to poison us and our planet. For his drive to raise middle-class taxes. For his love of Nazis. For his hope that we end up in a nuclear ash heap. I curse Creepident Trump, who deserves every single decapitated fake head that anyone can create. In the end, we should all be waking the F up. We are in a cold civil war. I've been saying this for months. And last week, the week before, on Bill Maher, Carl Bernstein of the Washington Post actually used that term. Those terms together. Cold Civil War. We are in a cold civil war. And I am not going to allow the religious extremist oligarchs and their turds and their corporate assholes to take over our country. Kathy Griffin deserves a gold medal for bravery in her service to protect our country from traitorous slime balls. We out in the grassroots have the same right as the Creepident to protest beyond the norms of our sick society. There should be no double standard for how a president behaves and how we citizens behave. Creepident Trump has shown time and again that he behaves like a thug. I think it is only right that we dish back the crap that he dishes out so far with impunity. There is a very important old saying: if you want respect, you have to give respect. The Creepident does not know the meaning of the word respect, and he will never, ever get any from me.